Hello and good day, welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 38. Let's get started now. The book of Jeremiah is one of the major prophetic books in the Hebrew Bible and Christian Old Testament. It contains prophecies and narratives concerning the life and ministry of the prophet Jeremiah, who prophesied during the final years of the kingdom of Judah, from around 627 to 586 BC. Chapter 38 of the book of Jeremiah presents a narrative that teaches important lessons about the consequences of disobedience, the power of persistence in prayer, and the role of faith in difficult times. The story begins with the prophet Jeremiah being imprisoned in a cistern by King Zedekiah of Judah. Zedekiah was a weak and indecisive king who had been installed by the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar as a puppet ruler over Judah. Despite Jeremiah's warnings that Judah would be conquered by the Babylonians and that the only way to avoid destruction was to surrender, Zedekiah refused to listen and instead turned to other prophets who prophesied falsely, telling him what he wanted to hear. In chapter 38, some officials of Judah, including Shephatiah son of Mattan, Gedaliah son of Pashur, and Jukal son of Shelemiah, hear about Jeremiah's imprisonment and plead with the king to release him. They argue that Jeremiah's prophecy was not only true but also necessary for the survival of Judah, and that if he dies in the cistern, it will be a great loss to the nation. The king, however, is afraid of his own officials, who are hostile to Jeremiah, and he tells them to do as they please. The officials, therefore, take matters into their own hands and lower ropes into the cistern, telling Jeremiah to tie them around himself and be pulled up. Jeremiah obeys, and the officials rescue him from the cistern. The chapter ends with a brief exchange between Jeremiah and the king, in which Jeremiah once again warns Zedekiah of the impending destruction of Judah and advises him to surrender to the Babylonians. There are several lessons that can be drawn from this story. One lesson is the importance of obedience to God's commands, even when they are difficult or unpopular. Jeremiah had been faithful to God's call to prophesy the truth, even when it brought him persecution and imprisonment. His obedience ultimately led to his rescue from the cistern, as the officials who had heard his prophecy and recognized its truth were moved to act on his behalf. Another lesson is the power of persistence and prayer in the face of adversity. Jeremiah had been imprisoned in the cistern for an extended period of time, but he did not give up hope or lose faith in God. Instead, he continued to pray and trust in God's provision, which ultimately led to his rescue. This persistence and faith in difficult times can serve as an inspiration to all who face challenges in life. A third lesson is the danger of false prophets and leaders who lead people astray with their lies and deception. King Zedekiah had been deceived by false prophets who told him what he wanted to hear, rather than the truth that Jeremiah spoke. This led to Judah's downfall and destruction, as Zedekiah's refusal to surrender to the Babylonians resulted in the conquest and exile of the people. This serves as a warning to all leaders and individuals to seek the truth and listen to wise counsel, rather than being swayed by the lies of those who would lead them astray. In conclusion, the story of Jeremiah's imprisonment in chapter 38 of the book of Jeremiah teaches us several valuable lessons. First, it shows the danger of speaking truth to power, particularly when those in power are not willing to hear it. Jeremiah faced persecution and imprisonment simply for speaking out against the corrupt practices of the ruling class. Second, the story highlights the importance of faith and trust in God, even in the face of extreme adversity. Jeremiah remained steadfast in his beliefs, refusing to compromise even when faced with threats to his life. He trusted in God's plan and believed that justice would ultimately prevail. Finally, the story emphasizes the importance of standing up for what is right, even when it is difficult or unpopular. Jeremiah's example serves as a powerful reminder that we must never compromise our values or beliefs in the face of opposition or persecution. Overall, the story of Jeremiah's imprisonment in chapter 38 of the book of Jeremiah is a powerful testament to the strength of human conviction and faith. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, we must hold fast to our beliefs and never give up the fight for justice and righteousness. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.